Hey Fandom, it's me Aaron, and this is a comic show, New Comics Now Christmas special. The day after Christmas, comic book stores all over the country will have new books thanks to getting them shipped ahead of time. And I'm here to talk about the best ones, which basically is almost all of them. Of course, the biggest book of this week is Marvel's Amazing Spider-Man 700. It's the final issue of the run, and it's crazy. I know a lot of you had it spoiled online because someone stole it out of UPS box or has an online store or somehow did some scans of the last page and did a little bullet point type of review. The end, I'm not going to spoil it here, but if I told you about it, it does kind of sound silly and sucky, but he failed to mention a lot of these sequences in there and a lot of these themes of Spider-Man that, the Parker luck and all that. And there's this heaven sequence in there where Peter visits Uncle Ben and all the dead characters of his, past. And it was pretty freaking awesome. And I just wanted to touch on real quick the idea of this can all be put back. Everything can always be put back. I mean, this is company characters that have been around forever. If you want a clear line of, actual development that never backslides or never, goes back on itself, then, this is 50th anniversary. He would be 65 years old or so now, and that would suck. Incidentally, there is a backup story in this issue that has kind of a 65-year-old Peter Parker done by James DeMatteis. That was kind of cool. But without spoiling it, Peter kind of becomes Uncle Ben in a way, and you guys already kind of know what happens, and I'm dancing around here, but the themes of Spider-Man are fully intact. It was a lot of fun, and I want to see this guy do what he does, and Mark Waid's on board. If you read Daredevil last week, you know that Daredevil is going to be crushed by this superior Spider-Man, and I think DD will pick up on his cadence and how he carries himself, because Daredevil's blind. He's not looking at, hey, you look like Peter, and Astonishing Spider-Man 15.1 is also out this week, and it has a lot of history of Otto, and already adamantium web shooters. I mean, come on, Peter, why didn't you do that? And the talons on the feet and the claws, and maybe this will just last a year, but that would be 24 issues plus, 12 issues of Astonishing Spider-Man, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm ready for this fun ride. So if you guys want to hate on it, go ahead and hate on it, but I like it, so, that's just what it is. DC Comics has given us Justice League and Aquaman 15, which is essentially like a 40-page comic because it goes part 1 to part 2, both the same writer, Jeff Johns. The art's great. You have the Aquaman artist, Ivan Reis, who's now doing Justice League, and then you have Paul Pelletier, who's doing Aquaman, and it flows well. It's called Throne of Atlantis, and where Aquaman's been kind of stealing the spotlight of Justice League, now he's truly stealing it for a few issues, and Atlantis comes to flood the major cities of Earth, so obviously that's Gotham and Metropolis. Vulko's there, and you see Vulko has kind of Superman-type strength, so Aquaman has Superman-type strength, we kind of knew that, but do all the Atlanteans have it? And are they going to invade, the United States? That's crazy. And you get a cute little Diana Clark date sequence where Diana puts on some glasses and no one recognizes her. It's, cute. The cover of Justice League has Shazam on it, and that's just a big fake out. He's still just in the backup story. He's not actually on the team. And they kind of wrote Flash out for this story arc by just saying like, oh, he's busy dealing with Gorilla Grodd. Well, he's always busy dealing with something in his solo title, but he's the Flash. I mean, he can get there, but it was fun, and I'm liking this. I want to see Aquaman in the spotlight, legitimately kicking some ass, and you have his brother Orm, and this is Throne of Atlantis. It's like Game of Thrones with Aquaman and Justice League. I mean, come on, it's cool. Boom Comics has a book called Deathmatch. It's one of their $1 issues. It's going to be an ongoing book. I'm going to be giving it out free here to anyone that comes in on the day after Christmas, and I'm also giving it away free to all my mail order customers. If you're not one of my mail order customers, ask me how to be one. It's a great book. It's like an R-rated Secret Wars, and we have the Phantom variant cover, which is an homage to Secret Wars #1. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you think about it, there's these big company crossovers where all these characters fight, and very few of them actually die. And when they're fighting each other like head on, like Secret Wars was, hardly any of them died. There's going to be everyone. Every single character is going to die until there's just one. There's like this whole grid, and the beginning, it's a character called Dragonfly that's a lot like Peter Parker. He doesn't kill. He never kills. It's like something very important to him, and it opens with them killing like their Superman character. It's pretty freaking awesome. It's written by Paul Jenkins, and I dug it. I'm sorry. It's like the cotton candy type of intercompany crossover, but doing it without any of the restrictions that a company would have. And that's fun. That's kind of cathartic for me. You've read all those crossovers where they do the same tropes over and over again. Well, here's it without any of that. Every character dies, and as it goes on till we get down to the one last guy or girl, we'll see, we can have this whole fan bracket and vote on it. And I think Boom's doing something really cool here, and so much so that I ordered a ton of them, and I'm going to give them out free. Check it out. It's $1. And the last book I'm going to promote this week is Mara #1 by Image. It's Brian Wood's creator-owned book with Ming Doyle, and the art looks a lot like Paul Pope. And Brian Wood, you know him from a lot of political stuff, all the way back to Channel Zero, to DMZ. He is, his Massive is a big hit right now. He does a lot of that, kind of revolutionary politics type stuff. And it opens with the narration just saying, the city, the future. And things have gotten crappier, more co-opted by this sports-obsessed culture that, the companies run everything, and all the sports sponsorship is just used to promote joining the army because, obviously we have endless wars now. I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but we've been having endless wars since, 9/11. And basically, instead of a young teenage protagonist that's outside of the system tearing it down like Brian Wood has usually done, this is Mara, a 17-year-old volleyball player who is completely co-opted, completely bought in. The companies run this person. She is making them all the money. And, I'm interested in her, wising up and tearing it down. This is a book that is classy. It's a classy, indie, smart book that a lot of people, if you're hating on Spider-Man 700, I think you should try this. This is going to be a 6-issue mini that is definitely not going to be retconned at the end. It's going to be profound, and it's, this is your antidote to the company stuff. So, try it. That's it for this week. Next week, comics are going to be on time anyway, even though it's New Year's Day. And we're going to have our Best of 2012 video. Keep an eye out for that. And, tell us what you think. We're changing things around. We're trying different stuff. So give us some feedback. Subscribe, share our video, all that good stuff. Thanks. Bye-bye.